Traditional threat intelligence relies heavily on indicators of compromise, or IOCs, as the primary trigger for security alerts. Signals like known malicious IP addresses, recognized malware hashes, or repeated failed logins. By definition, they are trailing indicators. Look at this attack timeline. Standard IOCs cluster on the right, meaning the adversary is already inside. This leaves a massive gap on the left, where threat actors plan and trade access underground. During this invisible preparation phase, stolen credentials and remote access points are actively sold to the highest bidder, without triggering a single internal enterprise alarm. Relying solely on IOCs traps security teams in a perpetual reactive state. It ensures they operate behind the adversary's timeline. To bridge this gap, organizations use dark web threat intelligence to monitor the pre-attack environments where adversaries operate. The primary objective is to shift the detection timeline to the left. We are looking for specific early warning signals, such as initial access broker listings and supply chain credential leaks, before they are weaponized. There is a sharp contrast between extracting targeted, contextual intelligence and simply vacuuming up raw, unfiltered underground data. Dumping raw volume onto a security operations center creates debilitating alert fatigue for analysts. Achieving the leftward shift requires an automated pipeline capable of safely extracting underground data and dynamically mapping it to the enterprise asset registry. This system is built on a 5-stage threat intelligence lifecycle pipeline. Phase 1 involves defining the exact target scope, including corporate domains, VIP emails, and the specific digital footprints of third-party vendors. Phase 2 is collection, and it comes with a strict constraint. All monitoring must be strictly passive open-source intelligence, or OSINT. Active engagement, infiltrating private networks, or purchasing stolen datasets directly, violates severe legal frameworks like the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. Even within the legal passive pathway, organizations must employ the principle of data minimization to protect victim privacy. This requires automated methods like PII redaction, tokenization, and hashing. Building these privacy-by-design structures directly into the collection pipeline satisfies regulatory requirements, such as GDPR Article 6.1f regarding legitimate interests. Adhering to a strictly passive, privacy-compliant architecture is a legal necessity. It prevents the enterprise's security apparatus from becoming a regulatory liability itself. Phase 3 addresses the inherent chaos of the underground data ecosystem. Dark web data is highly volatile. Illicit forums frequently shut down and re-emerge under entirely new protocols. To manage this, the collection infrastructure requires dynamic source discovery to continuously identify and onboard these shifting communities. Once collected, an AI normalization engine restructures the scraped text, forum posts, and paste site dumps into readable security data. Algorithmic models then score this newly structured data for its recency, its relevance, and its statistical likelihood of exploitation. This automated processing successfully filters out security researchers and ambient chatter from genuine threat actor signals. Human analysts cannot manually process the sheer volume of dark web exhaust. Algorithmic normalization provides the only way to scale detection without causing massive alert fatigue. In Phase 4, analysis, we recognize that structured intelligence still lacks operational value without direct context. A pristine, highly structured list of leaked credentials is just noise if it doesn't apply to the organization's network. To solve this, a correlation engine maps the incoming underground signals against the verified internal asset registry. This correlation must also extend outward to include the supply chain, mapping third-party vendor exposures. Detecting these third-party exposures allows organizations to identify vendor breaches before the vendor even makes a public disclosure. This early detection provides distinct compliance advantages, particularly for navigating rapid reporting laws like Indonesia's 72-hour PDPL requirement. The asset correlation engine acts as the crucial pivot point. It transforms generic external threat exhaust into highly specific, actionable internal risk data. In the final pipeline phase, dissemination, we establish that intelligence must never be isolated in a standalone portal. To be actionable, effective intelligence must integrate natively into the enterprise's existing security stacks. This requires formatting the intelligence into universally accepted industry standards, specifically STIX and TAXII. Routing standardized data allows these security systems to trigger predefined response playbooks immediately upon receipt. For example, a correlated dark web credential leak flows into the system and instantly triggers a SOAR playbook. That playbook executes a forced identity verification and password rotation for the compromised user. Integrated dissemination allows the system to bypass manual SOC triage entirely, creating a self-executing defense mechanism. This represents the operational reality of a mature dark web intelligence program within a modern SOC. This architecture completely eliminates the need for security analysts to manually browse illicit forums or handle raw threat data. It establishes a fully automated, privacy-compliant pipeline, acting as an early warning system. This system transforms external threat planning into internal risk mitigation without human latency. Look again at our attack timeline. When an automated SOR playbook executes immediately following a left-side signal, it creates a physical block that severs the timeline before it reaches the traditional IOC phase on the right. This intervention neutralizes the threat before the traditional attack lifecycle can even initiate. By shifting the detection timeline to the left, security teams gain the critical temporal advantage required to stop breaches before they happen.